Hi, ho everyone, my name is Mr. Fruit, and welcome back to the GG Over Easy podcast, episode 171. In today's video, we discuss Destiny 2, Rob's new training arc, and Lightfall, what's to come, what we're excited about. Discuss the PlayStation state of the game, some of the games they revealed, things we're looking forward to. Rob raged IRL, and
nearly broke. This is not a joke. I think I nearly because I punched like this, which is like rule number 1, don't do, because I was just very upset. I think I nearly broke my thumb doing it. It hurt so bad.
why did he do that? Find out. As well as Q&A and other things. So stay tuned. Don't turn that dial, even though that's not how that works anymore. And we'll see you in a second.
You got a new year coming ahead of you, which means you got new goals just like me. Well, Factor is going to help you achieve those goals. Factor is something you can fuel up fast with. It's ready-to-eat, nutritious meals delivered straight to your door, leaving you time and energy to tackle everything on your to-do list. Achieve and maintain your 2023 goals with Factor. As you guys know, myself and Mr. Fruit are big advocates of Factor. We even are members ourselves. My favorite is the taco bowl. You'll just have to ask Mr. Fruit what he likes. Head to gofactormeals.com/GG50 and use code GG50 to get 50% off your first box. That's code GG50 at factormeals.com/GG50 to get 50% off your first box.
Whether it's mental, physical, or emotional, we all benefit from more self-knowledge. Understanding your overall health is essential, and Oura Ring helps you discover how your body is working. You guys know me, I'm a proponent of all that, mental, physical, emotional health. And figuring out how my body works and why it works the way it does gives me a lot of peace of mind and knowledge to better help myself. The Oura Ring delivers accurate, personalized health insights, all from a comfortable-to-wear ring. During the day, their advanced sensor technology tracks heart rate, calories burned, and activity levels. And at night, it monitors body temperature trends, sleep quality, respiratory rate, and more. You receive personalized data in the Oura app so you can work on building healthy habits and living your best life. The Oura Ring is easy to wear, water-resistant, and comes in 2 styles and 5 colors to match your aesthetic. One small ring could make a world of difference in your health. For both me and my wife, we've traded off using it. It was a great way to track our sleeping habits. She got upset at me because I get more restful sleep and she doesn't. I don't know what to tell you, babe, skill issue. But it was really cool to see the statistics and then the feedback they'd have on things to try or change. For me, wearing the Oura Ring is a no-brainer while I'm working out as well. And if I'm not wearing it, my wife's wearing it. That thing never leaves her finger. It's a no-brainer because you forget it's even there, but you're getting all the benefits and the data it tracks. To get your own Oura Ring, visit auraring.com/GG to find the right ring for you and get $15 off your purchase. That's Oura, O-U-R-A, ring.com/GG. Don't forget to use our link to save $15 on your Oura Ring.
Calling all gamers. Manscaped now sells beard products. That's right. They are once again revolutionizing men's grooming with the brand new Beard Hedger Pro Kit. Let's be real, fellas. How many of you are AFK on your facial grooming? From a beard trim to a fresh shave, the technology behind the Beard Kit Pro Kit allows you to shape your signature beard so you can look your best IRL and on stream. Join the 7 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped by going to manscaped.com and using code GG for 20% off plus free shipping. It's time to go from NPC to look at me. Winky smiley face. The Beard Hedger Pro Kit keeps my mustache nice and trimmed and ready for the stream at all moments. It all starts with the Beard Hedger. This thing is a cheat code for fixing faces. First of all, this cordless trimmer has a rotary wheel that gives you 20 hair cutting lanes, all with one guard. Plus, it's waterproof so you can shave in the shower to avoid all the hairs in the sink. Somebody nerfed this thing. So get 20% off plus free shipping with code GG at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and using code GG. Manscaped Beard Hedger. One stroke, one guard, 20 lengths. Take the war out of your zone and claim victory you deserve.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the GG Over Easy podcast, episode 171, known otherwise as a palindrome episode.
Also my favorite Destiny gun.
The 171.
No, the palindrome.
Yeah, but that was the joke. I get it.
Oh, haha, Mr. Fruit, you're a silly
I'm a
boy.
Destiny player now.
Thank you. Yeah, Rob do be on that grind. Rob went from...
I will say the GM grind is just easy. It's like the perfect amount of time, the perfect amount of no difficulty, but perfect amount of difficulty if you do a throw. And then it's like 12 minutes and then you're just throwing loot. It's like the perfect in between.
Well, hate to break it to you, but this is the easiest they've ever been.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And then they'll probably be being a little bit harder, especially because they're whatchamacallit, Ixnaying your light. I think you'll be what, like 25 light level below no matter what you do.
Pretty much.
Which is lower than contest mode. So that'll be a thing. But
I've been having fun, at least with the little grind of Destiny. Get ready for Lightfall. I don't want to be, all right, Rob, what kind of build can we somehow like make for you? All right, like I guess you have 55 off Orpheus rigs. We'll just throw those onto you, I guess. Like
I guess that'll work. No, you've been at the grindstone. Respect it. Got your first title. Yeah, he's a scallywag.
It's very important. Very important.
Yeah, our Guardian's growing up. 8 years later.
okay. Lightfall is gonna be sick. The trailer that dropped yesterday was sweet. I didn't know that the Witness like goes out into space and stuff, which is pretty cool.
Witness do be witnessing things, and he do be like Thanos snapping us or whatever. Yeah, like when he splices us or whatever, bends reality or whatever. And then the Traveler's just like, oh, by the way, I could do this the whole time.
See, I don't know if that was like, maybe that was like a acid trip thing, you know? Like maybe that was part of the Witness's acid trip.
Yeah, while we're like, oh my god,
I saw
and then he just like smiles like,
the ghost, the ghost and like the Guardian like kind of split, and they're like looked at each other like, we're tripping out, aren't we? Like
reminded me of
felt that way when I was on acid.
Reminded me of Doctor Strange and multiverse. Going through all like the different multiverses or whatever. Or wasn't there some, or when Wanda, I think it was like Wanda literally turned somebody essentially into that, right? Like
kinda.
I think
what reminded me the most of is when Thanos just like turns them all into cubes.
Oh yeah.
Just unravels them. Was pretty. That's exactly what it reminded me of. But yeah, there's a lot of
get it. Unravel, strand, it goes deep.
You think it's like
kill me?
It's like that?
Yeah, I think they're tight like that. I saw a theory. I think that I kind of dig it. It's that at one point, light and dark were one, like the Witness and the Traveler, but maybe the Witness was like, "Yo, I want to use this to do this stuff," and the Traveler's like, "Yo, dude, that's not cool." So the Traveler ran away. Now the Witness has been chasing him, and then the final shape is them combining again, which is the next final episodic DLC for this arc, 9-year, 10-year arc, or whatever it'll be at that time. But who knows? We'll find out in 4 days.
I got in a debate with Joey yesterday. Okay. Do you guys want the Witness to be the raid boss?
Well, he's not going to be the raid boss.
Why is that?
It's
because we still have final shape.
Yeah.
The Witness is going to be close, and he's going to be interacting, and like he's going to be here, but he's not the raid boss yet. Callus, 99%.
It's probably Callus, yeah.
It's either Callus or he'll be the story boss, and then it'll be a Rolk situation where like involved with the story.
A random pyramid boss, yeah.
Yeah, but
I'd rather have it be that than Callus, I'll be honest with you.
Well, I mean, it's you can absolutely guarantee at this point it's not going to be the Witness. We still have another DLC.
Yeah, no.
And the Witness is kind of the big final boss. So they're not going to blow their Witness load. Unless they pull like a 180 and they're just like, actually...
this is the big baddie pulling the string.
See,
yeah, actually, the Witness was never the true big baddie. And at that point, I would be like, why?
That's apparently, from what I understand, my friends, the problem with every WoW expansion now. Just like always. You thought they were the big baddie. Well, behind them the whole time was this big baddie. And then the next DLC, oh, but you thought that was the big baddie. Turns out it was this, and it just keeps going and going. I still wanted to turn out. This is just always, my spin foil hat theory, which I don't think is ever going to happen, but it'd be cool. Just like I wanted Kylo and Rey to end up.
To make out. Oh, sorry, yeah, right.
Whoop. Well, I got that. Where like it was reversed, where it actually turns out like Kylo's a good one and Rey turns to dark side, whatever. Traveler the whole time has been like genocidal maniac who like we've just been cool with because he gave us these powers, but turns out, yeah, like he's the bad dude. And that's why the darkness is coming, because they're like, dude, this traveler's we need to put a stop to this dude. And these literal maniac, immortal things he's made, us. And we're just like, well, thanks, dude, for the light, bro. I don't think that'll happen, but that'd be a cool twist. But it's not going to happen. I'll be pondering.
The light and dark saga doesn't end with this one. That's what I thought it was. That
Final Shape.
No, that's Lightfall. I'm sorry, that's Final Shape.
So Final Shape is essentially next year's Lightfall or Witch Queen, blah blah blah. And they've said it's the finale to the story arc that we've had since the beginning of Destiny. The story they've seen from when Destiny 1 released, everything that's happened has all led up to this point. It's essentially the Thanos arc from when Marvel movies started. They've had this idea because, like, if we were to fight the Witness now, it would be akin to like fighting Thanos the movie before Infinity War and Endgame. So then we get to Infinity War and Endgame, we're like, but we just killed him. Like, what's the point? They're saving him, for presumably Endgame and Infinity War.
Yeah.
I'll be interested to see too how they.
In terms of Marvel movie, we're like at Black Panther.
It's been a while. I don't know if I remember that.
In terms of Marvel movie, I'd say we're like
Age of Ultron. This is the Age of Ultron one.
No, we're a little past Age of Ultron.
Yeah, I think it's like right after, because that was the last Avengers before
Endgame and Infinity War.
Yeah, so I would say, well, I'd say
we're Infinity War right now.
As big as it is, but see, Infinity War Endgame was like bam, bam, we get the payoff. But I agree that like Infinity War, in the same way where it was like, yo, he's finally here, it's finally happening, but it doesn't get solved this movie.
And then Endgame is like Final Shape, which comes out. We just don't get that a year after. We get it 5 years later.
Which again, too, I mean, for all I know, we don't even fight the Witness, right? Maybe the Witness isn't the bad dude, or like maybe killing him isn't the answer, or blah, who really knows. But if we do end up fighting him, I'd love to see how they rationalize us being able to kill this dude. Because
he was
like God.
Pretty fucking,
like God of the universe, essentially. So
but he's a bad God.
Do we know that though?
Yes. I mean,
he seems bad. I mean, he did want to blow up.
Bad. That's what I'm saying. He wants to kill the Traveler. That's what I'm saying. Maybe because it's a means to an end, because the Traveler's a dick. And he's like, yeah, I'm doing this for everybody else.
Mr. just really wants this subvert expectations.
I do.
And like,
does the Traveler talk?
He's never talked.
No.
Or communicated?
It's communicates.
With the light.
He's not like, hello.
It's always vague.
Ladies and gentlemen of the tower, how are we doing today?
It's always vague, or it's also always, peace, guys. Haha.
Yeah.
But for real though, why are you not shooting that beam earlier? Cuz, all right.
That's what we're presumably going to find out.
That wasn't a beam of like defense. Like the Traveler just really had to piss.
Yeah, he's like, I've been holding this up for eons, bro.
Of all times for this to happen at.
Someone did break it down too, that in that clip, for a short instance, when you see it shooting the pyramid ship, it's like kind of destroying the pyramid ship, but also trees are growing from the explosion. And if we look back to the previous cinematic trailer we'd seen, where the Witness was essentially walking into what seemed like some forest, it was the same trees. So we're gonna see how.
Don't trees need oxygen?
I mean, it could also be. I mean, the light the Traveler is this omnipotent force that has kind of like broken the laws of physics multiple times. So I think,
and he's shooting a flying triangle. So
I think we can suspend our disbelief on the trees being needing oxygen.
That's where I draw the line.
I have a question. So when they're fighting in space stuff, right? Okay, and there's explosions, right? And there's fire in space, right? That's not possible, right?
No, fire is possible in space. Like an explosion is
just
possible.
Evaporate immediately because of explosion? Because like there's no oxygen, right? And fire needs oxygen to grow.
Well, yeah. So I don't know what exactly happens to the fire, but I know there'll be an explosion. but I don't know what happens after that. I
There
don't
might
know if
not
it
be
immediately gets
oxygen.
snuffed out or.
There may not be oxygen in space, but because of the things that are present in space, because obviously there's a bunch of stuff in space that we've created, right? And there's robots and fucking ships. There's definitely the presence of oxygen to be able to start fires for sure. So,
You know what? I'm gonna look it up. What would happen to fire in space?
Because like I always think about like Star Wars movies or like space battles when it's like you hear like pachoo pachoo, but in like reality like you wouldn't hear anything. Like because
without gravity, hot air expands but doesn't move upward. The flame persists because of the diffusion of oxygen, with random oxygen molecules drifting into the fire. Absent the upward flow of hot air, fires in microgravity are dome-shaped or spherical and sluggish thanks to meager oxygen flow.
That's cool. So it's like a circle. Because that's like where all the oxygen is, so all the fire just wants to... So it just like eats itself. Science.
So yeah, the more you know. That's what I'll be looking out for in all the cinematics. But
can't wait to smoke that
scientific
Last City,
error
or
there.
Lost City Zaza.
Scientific there. So yeah, I'm excited. See where it goes.
Yeah, it's gonna be sick.
Finally,
we'll have our Lightfall reviews next Sunday, right?
Probably, yeah. Or at the very least, the main
Initial
story
thoughts.
And yeah, like raid and stuff won't be out.
We will
yet.
have a spoiler-filled Lightfall podcast next week. I will say that.
Bet.
I'm not holding back on spoilers.
Let him rip, Rob. Let him fly. Which we'll be doing. Obviously, we'll be playing the Legendary campaign, day 1, which apparently they addressed. Hopefully, they said they tuned the tweaking a little bit because, like as you saw last night, Rob, when we were doing that sheriff mission on Legend, they scale it according to Fireteam. But my God, like, because if you remember, that's why the last mission of Witch Queen was just terrible. Like.
Oh, yeah.
Like, apparently, we didn't do it because we're going to do it all together. Apparently, a lot of people got to the last mission and separated to do it solo because it was so much easier than
100%.
going in like Fire Team. Like, the damage reduction and that health, like, the health is just like...
When I soloed, when I redid the Legendary campaign on Hunter, I was like, wow, this is nice.
I'm killing things.
I'm killing things.
I'm
like,
doing
this is
damage,
fun.
yeah.
And then, like, I remember back doing Dream Team, and I'm just like, Jesus Christ, like that was an adventure.
And really,
I mean, I like the difficulty of Legendary, but definitely like when everything just becomes an absolute fucking, just a super
Spongy
soaker, just a spot. Like that's at that point, it's like, I like being in danger of dying. I don't like my mobs being fucking raid bosses like every single one that spawns.
Well, and then we only had 3 reses too, so it was like, all right, we just can't die because we had to do enough damage by the time we run out of reses.
Pardon your regularly scheduled podcast listening for this short ad break.
You got a new year coming ahead of you, which means you got new goals just like me. Well, Factor is going to help you achieve those goals. Factor is something you can fuel up fast with. It's ready-to-eat, nutritious meals delivered straight to your door, leaving you time and energy to tackle everything on your to-do list. Achieve and maintain your 2023 goals with Factor. As you guys know, myself and Mr. Fruit are big advocates of Factor. We even are members ourselves. My favorite is the taco bowl. You'll just have to ask Mr. Fruit what he likes. Too busy to cook? With Factor, skip the trip to the grocery store and skip the chopping, prepping, and cleaning up too. Factor's fresh, never frozen meals are ready just in 2 minutes, so all you have to do is heat and enjoy. No matter your lifestyle, Factor has delicious flavor-packed meals to help you live your fullest with keto, calorie-smart, vegan plus veggie, and protein plus options on the menu every week. Give Factor and enjoy cleaning and eating without the hassle. Simply choose your meals and enjoy fresh, flavor-packed meals delivered to your door, ready in just 2 minutes. Head to factormeals.com/GG50 and use code GG50 to get 50% off your first box. That's code GG50 at factormeals.com/GG50 to get 50% off your first box.
Whether it's mental, physical, or emotional, we all benefit from more self-knowledge. Understanding your overall health is essential, and Oura Ring helps you discover how your body is working. You guys know me, I'm a proponent of all that mental, physical, emotional health. And figuring out how my body works and why it works the way it does gives me a lot of peace of mind and knowledge to better help myself. The Oura Ring delivers accurate, personalized health insights, all from a comfortable to wear ring. During the day, their advanced sensor technology tracks heart rate, calories burned, and activity levels. And at night, it monitors body temperature trends, sleep quality, respiratory rate, and more. You receive personalized data in the Aura app so you can work on building healthy habits and living your best life. The Aura Ring is easy to wear, water resistant, and comes in 2 styles and 5 colors to match your aesthetic. One small ring could make a world of difference in your health. For both me and my wife, we've traded off using it. It was a great way to track our sleeping habits. She got upset at me because I get more restful sleep and she doesn't. I don't know what to tell you, babe, skill issue. But it was really cool to see the statistics and then the feedback they'd have on things to try or change. For me, wearing the Aura Ring is a no-brainer while I'm working out as well. And if I'm not wearing it, my wife's wearing it. That thing never leaves her finger. It's a no-brainer because you forget it's even there, but you're getting all the benefits and the data it tracks. To get your own Aura Ring, visit auraring.com/GG to find the right ring for you and get $15 off your purchase. That's Aura, O-U-R-A, ring.com/GG. Don't forget to use our link to save $15 on your Aura Ring. The thing is, like, I didn't really notice it, especially first couple missions. It was the first one I kind of really noticed it was when we fell in that dark pit and fought that giant Scorn boss in that, like, little dark place where you had to, like, shoot little symbols or, like, goop in the little thing in, like, the dark cavern. Yeah. That was when I noticed, like, Jeebus, this dude is tanky. And then I feel like as we got further and further, and then we're in like what was it? It was the Throne World part where we had to go through all those like teleporter doors or whatever, and they had all those like shriekers. That's when I was like, okay, this is kind of. And then you fight Savathun, and it's like, what the fudge, dude?
You don't even fight her; you just fight a health bar.
Yeah. So, so they should be tweaking that, which I hope, because like, even with all that, still fun, and still looking forward to it. But like, yeah, I want to at least get to a part where it's like, because like we were doing that Seraph mission Legend, 3 of us last night. First health bar, we've all dumped all of our ammo, and it's like half health of the first bar, and it's just like, what the, what are we doing?
And like that's like a cataclysmic that gets like free ammo basically, and it was eating it all.
Which it just brought me back. I'm like, we're fighting Savathun again. Oh god. So looking forward to that. Although there's been lots of drama elsewhere, with announcements of difficulty increase, with the surge and overcharge. Although since they released like an article yesterday about mods and stuff, it actually appears that for the most part, the loadout restrictions will be a lot less than some people thought. It's still going to be there, and like they'll never be like arc burn for whatever for that season, which is a bummer. But again, part of it too is like, I don't know. I'll see it. I'll play it first, and then we'll see what it's like. Give them the benefit of the doubt for now, but some of it seemed to miss the point though, where like they're like, we hear you on reduced rewards, so you can get more Ascendant shards in like Lost Master sectors or Master Lost sectors. I was like, okay, that's not. I mean, thanks, but that's not really like fixing the issue, or even an issue that was there.
Check out these Ascendant shards, and it's like, bro, no one. Well, I mean, I think it's good that like Lost sectors are a way to get materials now, but at the same time, it's like, hey, bro, like Chief, I'm gonna be real with you. The only time anyone goes in the Lost sector is because we're trying to get some exotics, all right, man. So like, can you like?
And then after like 10, I'm like, I'm never doing this again. This is ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's like
trying to get the one you want.
The fact I can go 10 Lost sector runs and not get a single exotic drop is like, come on, y'all.
Well, the worst part is like if you make it master, is like it only goes by up like maybe 5 or 10%.
Yeah. Exactly. Like it's not even worth doing.
But it takes like
the highest difficulty.
And then the other problem too is it's easier to target an exotic if you don't have it, but as soon as you've gotten an exotic, there's no way to target it.
You're fucked.
And then every expansion, it just keeps getting like the loophole gets bigger and bigger. So it actually just keeps getting harder and harder and harder and harder to target farm. You can't target farm anymore.
To put it in comparison, I did like 58 GM clears for the Wendigo this week, and you basically get an exotic after every kind of run. Sometimes 2 Ascendant Shards. The Gear Falcon or whatever is like really good or whatever, right? Out of 56 clears, I got 1 Gear Falcon. And everything else was just like, I got like 8 Radiant Fluxes, like 6 Knucklehead Radars, like 6 Kepri Stings or whatever, and then just not the like one that's like actually good, like it's annoying.
They also announced, which is a bit of a bummer, but I understand that Armor Team was also probably focused a lot on the loadouts and the mod system, blah, 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 this season. But no exotic armor passes yet, because, like, I'll be honest, 85% of the exotic armors need... I wouldn't even say a little bit of loving. A lot.
They are dire situation.
Like, Knucklehead Radar, I think, is the worst exotic in the game.
I don't think there's anything worse. Let me introduce you to the Titan Arms. Yeah, the Titan Arms that came out last season. Those have to be probably the worst exotic. There are some like when you say
crouch, your thing goes farther. Like
no, it was. You remember, like the Titan Arc got like the charge thing with like
boom, which I rarely see Titans do.
Yeah, well, that's for a reason too. But the exotic makes it so that I think it's supposed to do a little more damage, and then will like lightning strike nearby enemies or whatever.
Ooh.
The lightning strike is trash.
The lightning strike that adds, like for instance,
it's not like Volt Shot or whatever.
No, if you go to an activity where you're like as highlight as possible over whatever the mob is.
Yeah.
I doesn't even one shot a red bar goblin, and that's the exotic. The little lightning thing. It's like zzz, like your hand cannon would do more than that.
Yeah.
Like that was, and they haven't said anything about that. But like that's it.
Yeah. See, I would.
There are a lot of just
much rather have
like
a season where they just rework a ton of different exotics. Rather,
I mean, they've said it's coming. It's just, I wish it was now, but it'll probably be because this is what season 20 coming up. I think. It'll either be 21 or 22. Hopefully 21. But yeah, like each class has like a handful of exotics that are usually pretty good, all around good, or like, oh, these are niche.
Yeah.
And then these 75, 80% other armor pieces are like, there's literally never a time I'm going to use this. Never. And it just sucks. Because like that, like some of them are cool ideas, but it's just like the execution or like the payoff or the power fantasy of it actually 100%. Just sucks.
Yeah, I either feel like each class has like 2, maybe 3 exotics where it's like, this is what you use, and then everything else is like, don't use this.
Very, very spot on. There's such a limited amount of usable exotics in endgame, and that's my main issue is like when it comes to endgame, like so many exotics are cute, a cute little effect, but like there's literally no reason to ever use them. And it's not even like a matter of like, okay, like obviously like not every exotic can be like a fucking meta build, right? Like you can't, not everything can be Starfire Protocol, not everything can be like
Heart of Inmost Lie.
Heart of Inmost Lie. Like not every exotic can be that. But like it would be nice for there to be a little bit of variety in like what I can use in endgame that doesn't feel like I'm just a total idiot that looks
like
stupid.
Actually throwing.
Yeah.
Well, and that's to say, like not everything has to be in-game viable or like this is perfectly like this is a great thing for in-game, but at least you could use it just like that and it's not completely throwing. Or just more options, because like there are some exotics that were made and will just never be in-game, especially like weapons, like in-game viable, because what they do just isn't for in-game, but they're still fun and those should be there.
Like the floaty gun.
Yeah, like that's never gonna be in-game, pretty much. Like let's be honest, but that's still fun to use, and I'm sure there's other people doing normal things like yeah, it's fun, but it's just right now there's just lack of options. There should just be more options. And more of an incentive to swap, because There really isn't, especially as like a Titan right now. I'm not running Heart of Inmost Light.
I was,
Maybe
uh,
Syntheseps for some more bonk damage, but like, what am I
Well, I
doing?
mean, I was talking about it with my chat yesterday. Like, out of the percentage player base, how many do you think actually use like websites like Destiny 2 Armor Picker or Light.gg,
Well, I think
like or whatever?
I think a very big, bigger than other games, do, because the management in this game, like the in-game management of items, is total trash.
Once
Like,
you
there's
learn about it, it
no
feels
way.
mandatory.
Yeah, and so once you go to like these websites that make use of the API, it's like, okay, well, I need to organize things. I need to see like what I actually have in my vault. It's just way better to go through that stuff. I would still say a lot of people don't use these things,
I
but
said like 20% probably do. Like,
I would still say this game definitely has a higher percentage of people who use outside third-party tools to manage their inventories, purely because this is a game with a huge pool of things to manage and no way to
Not a great
actually
way to
manage
do it,
them when you're playing the game.
which is
yeah,
unfortunate. But thank God for the API and people making these sites.
I'm really stoked though for mods and like builds like in game though. I really feel like that's gonna help like a lot of people like me, like to
Well,
know what to specifically build and stuff.
that and what I'm probably most excited about is the fact that the like champion and artifact mods are now passives once you
Papa
unlock them.
bless.
Because like there are like some cool kind of builds I have right now, but then I go into any activity with champions, and now the whole build's broken because I have to run
Champion mod
like
breaker
well
or
first up
whatever.
8
Like,
costs for my arms because like grenade launcher 7 and the other one's 1, and then I got to run like a class item for something specific, so that's 6 costs. Blah blah blah.
I just
So
think
it
that like whole
completely ruins
process is
it.
so monotonous. Like I think it was their idea of like, ooh, it'll make people like have to put in mods and stuff, and it just ended up destroying that and just becoming a monotonous thing.
I will say though, read all the artifacts. There are looking to be some dummy thick ones. Void looks like it's gonna go crazy. Someone at Bungie really wants people to use firebolt grenades.
Oh yeah, I was looking at that and I was like,
I was
two
like,
firebolt. Okay,
okay,
I mean, I'll
yeah,
give it a try.
yeah. I mean, I
Which
guess
one
Free
are the
firebolt
firebolt ones?
charge.
um,
So
exactly.
basically, the firebolt does more scorch damage, which we don't know how much more scorch stacks it does. And then if you have firebolt equipped, you basically get another firebolt charge for free. So it's like having Starfire Protocol, but for firebolt grenades, but you don't need an exotic for it. So
Mm-hmm.
It's
it could be fun. Someone was really like, let's see how these firebolts go, and people get 2 and they do more
I was like,
scorch.
I spent a lot of time making these, and no one's using them. Make them use them. I'm like, all right, sheesh.
Chill, man. All right, bitch. All right, jeez, man.
Like, back off, bro. So anyway, having fun. Looking forward to it.
Yep. It's gonna be sweet.
Should be a good time.
Are you gonna be streaming Blue?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I figured you would
It's
be.
new. It's new Destiny season, baby.
Baby.
So you'll be able to catch us all live day one.
All right.
Hold on, real quick. Blue, I have a question for you. This is a little transition.
Yeah. Transition. Did you get this one? Listen.
I'm really happy that you're enjoying a game outside of Destiny and Final Fantasy now. And would you like to tell the people what game that is and that they might want to check out?
Yeah. So there's this really cool game. It's called Shower with Your Dad Simulator, and it's been
I thought I was the only
really.
one that knew about that one.
it's
Sleeper
no, I've been
hit.
playing a lot of Wild Hearts. Wild Hearts has been really fun. I'm just, it's nice to have a little Monster Hunter like game that has
Now,
been
does it
fun to
do it better
grind
than
out.
Monster Hunter, or does it do it about the same?
Now, a
Done
lot of
differently.
people would try to attack me, but it does do it just differently mostly.
Okay.
Fundamentally the same concept, but it's very. I've been enjoying it a lot more than Monster Hunter. My main issue with Monster Hunter is it just feels so slow. Like we have like really silly fun movement, and that's cool. But like beyond that, it's like the combat just feels so slow. Like when I feel faster playing Elden Ring than I do playing Monster Hunter. It doesn't feel great. So the reason I like this one so much is because it feels a lot faster. The combat doesn't feel as strict, and I don't know, the weapons don't feel like super clunky. And Wild Hearts has been really fun. I've been seeing a lot of good things about Wild Hearts 2, so a lot of people have just been enjoying it, and I'm happy that people are enjoying it because it's a very good game.
What would you give it? Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was just say the comparison I heard, because I've only played like 30 minutes, was it's Monster Hunter, a combat system, but just less deep with weapon and skills. But it has, first off, the like combination of weapons, and then it's the Karakuri or whatever that then adds all the different depth that Monster Hunter doesn't have. And then people just say, and what it just does well. Like it's not trying to be 1-to-1 Monster Hunter.
It's definitely like a spin on the hunter genre, right? Because as opposed to just hunting monsters, the game has like a big build system where you can build like different karakuri that can like counter monsters. If a monster charges at you, you can build just like a big bulwark wall. If
You
a
can
monster
like
starts
combine
flying
multiples,
yeah. If a monster starts flying in the air, right, you can start combining karakuri to make like a flash bomb to drop them to the ground. You can set traps with karakuri. So like if a monster falls into a trap, like there's a chain trap, and now they're stunned for a couple seconds. It's just a really creative spin on it, and the reason I like the combat so much is because it feels very combo based without being slow. Whereas my issue with Monster Hunter was because like the combos are really cool and the weapon mastery is nice, but it takes like 8 years to get there. And then who gives a fuck if I do that? Because then like the monsters just roar every fucking 5 seconds in Monster Hunter and they break your combo anyway. So whereas in Wild Hearts, like I feel like I can actually have windows where I can just fucking burst someone down with a cool combo, and then all right, we're back into the fencing war, which is nice. So I really like Wild Hearts. I think it's good that Monster Hunter has a little more competition in the space. It's always good. I really did not like Rise, so I'm glad that there's a game like Wild Hearts that like kind of gave me the world feeling that I just didn't get from Rise. But it's a fun game. You guys should give it a try. Don't play it on PC. Get it on console.
Yeah, that's what
Big,
I'm waiting.
biggest
Not
issue
only
is man, the PC performance is bad.
I just got a lot going on leading up to Lightfall, so I haven't been able to play it. But then also, like, I booted it up just to try it a little bit, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna wait for patches.
Yeah, wait for the performance patches.
It's getting dogged on PC, where people are still like, even Blue's like, I'm still having fun, despite the issues.
Bad.
But
it's bad.
Like, are we talking Pokemon Scarlet Violet bad?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's bad.
So same way where like I like Pokemon Scarlet Violet, but also it's hard to play it sometimes.
There's no way around it.
Yeah.
The performance is really bad.
So hopefully that gets fixed.
I'm glad you. Well, I'm still stoked you have a game outside of Final Fantasy now that you can go to, Blue, that you are enjoying.
Thanks, man. It's a very fun game. Don't play it on PC, guys.
Speaking of games and consoles, yesterday PlayStation had the State of the Game presentation. Thank you. I rarely have them, so. Started off showing a lot of PlayStation VR 2 games, which again look fun. I'm like, I
cool.
bet I would
like,
have fun playing
improvements.
this. Yeah, if I could play it. So I don't know. Maybe
you have to keep. Do you keep the glasses on when you do VR?
Oh, I have to.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah. Otherwise, it'd be even worse. Let me tell you.
I feel like that's the next step for like people who have like glasses and stuff like that, like a VR set that like I don't know has some sort of like. But then every lens, like every like thing is different though. Like every set of glasses is different.
But see, like that's not even the friction point for me. So I'm gonna just throw up after 2 minutes. So I don't know. Maybe I'll try some of them, and like some of them looked more like on-rail shooters, and I think those would be It's like
When you mean
I would
on
have
rail
to
shooters,
just
it moves for you, right? And you basically kind of like shoot, but
right,
it
like
moves for you
I'm
type of thing.
well, or like the movement isn't quite so.
Free, I guess is
Yeah,
the.
I don't know. I'm thinking about I'd probably still throw up anyway.
But I did think it looked cool. Like I always thought, like the haptic triggers on the PS5, like whatever, like whenever like you push down on something,
Haptic
like
feedback,
yeah. I thought it was always kind of corny and like, sure,
Yeah, I
like,
like
but I'm
that.
still like, no, I'm using a controller. But like when I saw it in the VR thing where it's like every gun you're using feels like it has a different trigger. Now that's really cool because like you're in a game, so it looks like the gun you're using is like that trigger, and it sounds different every trigger. It just looked really cool. I was really interested in it. Now, will I get a VR headset specifically made for a console?
Ew.
I don't know. That's like a tough price.
I don't actually know what the price is. I don't know. Did they reveal it? Or?
I'll look, see if I can find it. $550.
See, I don't know the VR world well enough to know. I'm assuming that's
You can
cheap.
pre-order it.
about-
Let's see if it's sold. Let's see if pre-order's sold
normal.
out.
I don't remember what the
Yeah,
first
you were able to
one's.
pre-order it on the 22nd. So yeah, you can still buy it. It doesn't look like they've run out of units or anything. Like, okay, so you
I'm
can
not jumping on
buy.
it.
So you can buy a PlayStation VR 2 bundle that comes with the Horizon Call of the Mountain, which is like the one I think they're really trying to sell. I guess that comes out whenever the game comes out, and so that whole bundle is like $600. So your PlayStation is $600, your headset is $600, and then all the games you're gonna have to buy are like 30, 40, $50. Like, I don't know, man. It almost seems like the 3D stage, but maybe I'm wrong in entertainment. You know what I mean?
It's a good question.
Where
I
it's
mean,
like
I think the idea of VR is cool, and I hope we can get to a place where it's actually like affordable,
vibe.
well optimized,
I almost feel like it's like
widely
an electric
available.
vehicle of gamers. You know, like a VR headset is like the electric vehicle. Like it's, you know, it's cool. You know, it's the right thing maybe to do at some point, but it's like the only one I can buy is like $40,000. Like,
We'll see. Well, and then for me, hoping, I don't know, maybe they'll find some way, but like, I would have to try it. But I think the only thing that might save me, but therein also lies like a huge cost, is getting like those like omnidirectional treadmills that like link up.
God.
Because I think,
hell no.
like I can't imagine how much that is. But for
I
me,
would throw up.
see, for me, I think it would help where I'm actually moving. And so my body is not like, there's like a big disconnect. But again, too, I also wouldn't know until I try it, and I'm not going to buy that just to try it.
So I'm looking into it right now. I found this these people that make it called Vertix, and it's called the Omni One, and it looks like basically like what you say. It's looks like a circular kind of thing, and you hook it onto your back and your spine type of thing, and you can turn full and all that. It still looks like it's like kind of in development right now, so it's like sign up for our thing. So, but I mean, just like a quick thing, it says consumers can buy one of the Omni One VR treadmills from $1,995 to $2,295, or finance installments of $55 to $65 per month. More advanced users can choose from the developer edition, which retails for $995 and includes one treadmill without a connected headset. So about $2,000.
Not bad, but like also like,
the
do
novelty
I
of, like
that, and like, do I care enough about? Are there enough VR games for me to even get my
how do you
use
set
out
that
of
up?
it?
Where do you put it? Like,
so like maybe in the future, years from now,
like,
if VR gets to a place where it's like, yeah, then
I'm like watching the video for it. They're like in a living room, like just a big old VR thing in a living room. It's hilarious.
See,
like totally not practical at all.
the other thing too would then be like, and this is obviously even less practical, but just have a giant room with trackers or whatever, so I can just freely move through the room doing whatever it is the game wants me to do. And then so again having that like movement, but Also, where's the practicality in that?
So I found one on eBay that you could buy right now. Virtuix Omni, used, great condition, VR treadmill, virtual reality controller, for $4,500 on eBay. I bet that doesn't even include shipping.
Why is he selling it for twice the price they're selling it for?
Probably because you probably have to be on a wait list for like a year and a half. So it's like if you want it now, you could pay X amount of money to get it now. And this thing looks crusty AF. Like, this thing,
it's in great shape.
Looking dusty. It's got a Fortnite Nerf launcher.
Someone was doing some VR chat shenanigans with that thing.
Yeah.
From what I've heard, yeah, apparently.
I can only imagine how much shipping this thing would be. Like, what the hell?
That's insane. The rest of the show, well, right after that was a Destiny trailer, which is cool, and then a couple other games. I don't think there was any reveals.
No,
that like
sure
that we didn't already know of. I'm gonna see if I can double check any of the announcements, but then towards the end they had a big like 20-25 minute segment for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League.
Oh man, I don't even.
A lot of mixed
I was
reactions to that one.
The idea of the game is cool, but
I don't know.
The people that have made, the Arkham. I don't know if people that made like the Arkham whatever it was, Arkham Knights or something.
Yeah, it's Rocksteady.
The same team that's making.
That's why I was so excited, because it's Rocksteady, and then I saw the gameplay and I was like, I mean, it looks super polished. Don't get me wrong, but
any Banjo-Kazooie 3 announcements? I just have this on with
not yet, no.
Stage.
And I, a big guy. We're waiting for you. We're looking out for you.
Only for the Nintendo 64.
Well, so like part of it is, so it's confirmed it's a live service game. And what a lot of people are talking about too is like it straight up like has a gear score loop like Destiny, where you get different stuff for each character. And a lot of people are like, why do we need that? Like that's not the kind of game. So that's what a lot of people like. That's not like, we didn't look to this game for that kind of experience. That's what a lot of people are.
That is really weird. Why that direction? That is a really weird direction.
So I have no idea. I mean, the problem is I might enjoy it just because monkey like numbers, but I like not enjoy it in a way that like I would have intended, but just in like here's a carrot on a stick.
Yeah.
Whereas like otherwise we could have had a fleshed out single player game where like, like God of War, where it's just like I play and I was like, that was sick. The end. But now it'll be like, I got to grind this and I got to get this, because apparently like you got to get high enough level to be able to do submissions. So like who knows what that's going to look like. I don't know. Again, the game, like the gameplay certainly looks like a spectacle. Maybe it plays well. So again, I'll reserve judgment, but it's definitely not what I thought it was going to be. I'll say that much. But yeah, they spent a lot of time on that. Yeah, and I'm sure it's uploaded to YouTube now. If you weren't able to see it, yeah, there were a lot of games. Like they showed some Street Fighter 6 characters. Congrats, Shark, I guess. Another game.
He's Tekken.
Yeah, a couple like games, whatever, that were kind of small. Oh, there was one though, which had already been revealed, but I'm looking forward to playing, called Wayfinder, which is a third-person action, like melee-focused combat that is coming to consoles and PC. They announced the closed beta, which is exclusive to like PlayStation or something. So, because I want to play it, but it looks fun. Sort of looks like a mix of like a Monster Hunter game with sort of like Destiny or something, where I think it has like pseudo open world modes or like maps. But then the big thing are, I forget what they call them, but essentially dungeons, which you instance in with like 3 people, a fire team, whatever. And then you can either they'll have modifiers or you can enable modifiers to make it different and harder, but like better rewards, blah, blah, blah. And at the end of it, there's always like, I think they called like a Titan or whatever, dungeon boss. But the combat looks fun. I'm hoping it's like a looter shooter, except melee for the most part. So I want that to be good. I have, no idea, but hoping that doesn't come out and suck.
That's really all we can hope for. That's if you want
Pretty much any
Jimmy's
game these
opinions
days.
on upcoming games, that's pretty
Just
much the
don't
whole
suck.
opinion. Just it looks cool, but I hope it doesn't suck.
Yeah, which is part of the course, and unfortunately, a lot of the times, it sucks. It's actually like, did you guys see the trailer for the finals? The new shooter
No.
from
That looks sick.
Nexus. Yeah.
Next
Probably one of
one,
like the
that looked really
coolest trailers I've ever seen, which made me immediately go, I need to play this first. This doesn't seem real.
It's sad
like,
that we're that
immediate
skeptic
sus.
of games.
Well, I have
mean?
to. I
Yeah,
have
it
trust
sucks.
issues now.
Yeah.
And so I was reading some people who played like the closed alpha who didn't have like great things to say.
Oh shit.
So we'll see. Well, apparently too, I guess it's more of like a looter extractor. So like you have respawns, I believe. But I think a lot of the complaints too though were coming from like, if you play in a squad, it'll probably be more fun. But the way the game plays, the objectives you have to do, like there's no way to solo, even like, because you have to match. It's like Apex. You'll be match made into a team, but it seems like so much of it is so teamwork heavy, or like you just can't do things by yourself, that it just wasn't fun to play unless you were grouped. And then like people were saying, it seems like one of those games that'll be fun for about a week or two until all the casuals quit, and then everybody that stays are the hardcore who min-max and sweat, and then it's not fun anymore. Hoping they're all wrong though, and that it actually ends up, because I mean, yeah, like if you haven't seen the trailer, I was like, dang, that was sick.
That's hot.
Yeah. So again, hope it's good, but got my wall up. Boundaries are important,
Yeah, they are very much
Especially
so.
with video
Can't hurt me.
games.
Yeah. I've been hurt too many times. Pardon your regularly scheduled podcast listening for this short ad break.
Calling all gamers. Manscaped now sells beard products. That's right. They are once again revolutionizing men's grooming with the brand new Beard Hedger Pro Kit. Let's be real, fellas. How many of you are AFK on your facial grooming? From a beard trim to a fresh shave, the technology behind the Beard Kit Pro Kit allows you to shape your signature beard so you can look your best IRL and on stream. Join the 7 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped by going to manscaped.com and using code GG for 20% off plus free shipping. It's time to go from NPC to look at me. Winky smiley face. The Beard Hedger Pro Kit keeps my mustache nice and trimmed and ready for the stream at all moments. It all starts with the Beard Hedger. This thing is a cheat code for fixing faces. First of all, this cordless trimmer has a rotary wheel that gives you 20 hair cutting lanes, all with one guard. Plus, it's waterproof so you can shave in the shower to avoid all the hairs in the sink. Somebody nerfed this thing. So get 20% off plus free shipping with code GG at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and using code GG. Manscaped Beard Hedger. One stroke, one guard, 20 lengths. Take the war out of your zone and claim victory you deserve. Speaking of can't hurt me, my fire alarms can no longer hurt me.
What?
Now, hear me out, you guys.
I
don't know
had
if
your
I
fire
want to.
alarms.
No, okay. So I had probably one of the worst. I think it was Monday. I think it was Monday or it was Tuesday. I think it was Monday. But I think it was actually Tuesday because it was Destiny Reset Day. So I wake up. Not even like a, oh, God, let's start the day. Like, oh, this is great. I wake up to a,
Oh, yep.
you know the beep I'm talking about.
Yep.
Somewhere in the house, there's a fire alarm battery out. Okay. Now, spoiler alert. About 6 months ago, Cindy and I were cooking something. She burnt it, and we open up the thing, and all the fire alarms start going off. And like, you know how you grab I don't know where this came from, but like everybody grabs like a washcloth and just starts like whapping it near the thing. Who knows if that really works? So we start doing that, doesn't work. So we ended up just ripping them out. Like we ended up just taking literally every single one of our fire alarms out. So I wake up to hear that and I go, there's no fire alarms in this house. So my first thought is, fuck, it's our neighbors. I have no control over this. I'm gonna hear this beep, which I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't think there's more of an annoying sound than a fire alarm beep, and it like
I would agree
ruins
with
my
that.
day.
I would
And the
agree with
fact that
yeah.
it goes off like every 30 seconds, it's like a fucking. It's
You
like
want to know why? It's what we call a negative reinforcement. Just like your seatbelt. It has to be annoying because it needs to work because it's kind of important.
Yeah, correct.
So I hear the beep. Okay, I go downstairs, look at the fire alarm. That doesn't have a fire alarm in it. Beep. Okay, it's downstairs in the basement. Let me go downstairs to the basement one that I know is down there. I'm looking at the basement one, okay? This is where you're gonna think I'm crazy, okay? I'm looking at the basement one, okay? And the basement one actually has like the fire alarm dinging in it, has it like in there. But guess what? No battery. So it's getting power from the house, but like not from the battery, okay? Bink. But it's not the one I'm looking at. It's coming from upstairs now. So now I'm like, what? So then I go back upstairs and I'm staring at the one that's in the wall. Like, I'm like, all right, now fucking beep for me, bitch. So I'm like staring at it for 30 seconds, waiting for the beep. I hear a beep downstairs in the basement. At this point, dude, I think I'm like getting like psychologically hacked. Like somebody has cameras on me, watching me go down to the bottom one, seeing it, and then being the top one. I literally thought I was getting like psychologically like hacked. Like somebody had cameras in my house.
Now do the basement.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I thought I was fuming. I kicked my Peloton so hard. I punched I literally was like, all right, my Peloton seat can take this, right? I literally went, boom, fucking took it to the seat, bro. I thought I broke my hand. So I like punched. I'm literally on the phone with my mom. I'm like, Mom, I'm going crazy. Like I'm literally looking at the thing right now. She's like talking to me. I'm literally on the phone with her, and I'm looking at the basement one right now. I know it's coming from the basement. Please tell me I'm not crazy. She's like, just look at the one in the basement, and if it like blinks from there, you know it's coming from there. Bing, from upstairs, and I literally just go, fuck, and just throw my phone, and it hangs up apparently. So the new phone I just bought last week. So I'm furiated. So like at the end of the point, you see my door right there? I literally get so defeated, dog. I literally get so defeated. I'd walk up to my door and I just go just so defeated and pissed off, dude. Like, and I'm like, my life is over. I don't know where this ding is coming from. Maybe like the hardware, like the wiring in my house got fucked up because it's cold now or something. And while I'm like willowing in my pity, dude, beep, and it's not. And this one is like, whoa, like, I feel like that came from like right above me, but there's no fire alarm in my room. You see that?
Yeah.
That's a fucking fire alarm that I did that was in my fucking room. Look, they put it right by the door. So
man, no shit.
I come in like fucking looking for the fire alarm, and it was hiding right here. I was so fucking pissed.
So you're telling
me this
me,
little bastard.
So I want to get this straight.
Yeah.
You're giving me this entire story about how fire alarms are assholes. Meanwhile, the entire point of the fire alarms are to be annoying so that if there is hey, you need to replace your battery in case there's a fire. So Rob's over here having a mental crisis over putting himself into more potential future crises.
And it doesn't help. Every Twitter person is an electrician apparently, and everyone's like, well, maybe it's a carbon dioxide like in your filters. Like maybe like carbon monoxide's in your house. Like maybe you should check those next. Maybe it could be the wiring. Like it's like, oh my God, I just want to bitch and like yell in an empty space. I'm not looking for help. I just want to fucking yell.
You should have done that. Like no one can reply to this.
So I'm not kidding you. I took out that fire alarm.
No, I
fucking destroyed it. I threw that thing so hard at the ground it evaporated.
We need to talk about
that safety.
We need to learn how to channel that inner emotions you have in a
Oh
healthy
my god,
way.
I was
And maybe
so angry.
and maybe channel it into something that doesn't destroy a vital part of home
Oh,
safety.
Yeah.
dude,
Like, dude, these firearms are annoying. What are they trying to do? Save my
like I
life?
didn't mention it. I would literally like go into my closet like, nope, and I would like, I'm not even kidding. Like, there's like a light fixture in there. I'm like, is it in the light fixture? Like, and then like as I crash on, it's literally right above me, dude. And like I swear to God, I have never seen that fire alarm ever. I swear it got installed yesterday when the battery died. And that's why when I was staring at the one that's like in the basement, it would sound like it was coming from upstairs because it's kind of like by the stairs, but kind of not by the stairs. So the audio like carried it up the stairs. So I was like, I was losing my mind. So turned out it was just a faulty battery. Oh, and then meanwhile, I go to Home Depot and I bought like
It's not a faulty battery. It's just a low battery. You just gotta replace
It's
the
also
battery.
not faulty. It's literally doing what it's meant to do.
I do it all the time. Sometimes I wake up, I immediately know if one is going off because Appa does this, and he just starts howling, and then I know, yeah, he does his little like howl, and he howls at the moon, and then I know because Olive runs in here shaking like, I don't know what this is, Dad. I'm freaking out, and then the other problem too is she has to follow me because she's like, I don't want to be alone. But I'm going to the thing, so she has like this crisis of like, I need to be with him, but it's loud over here.
Yeah.
And then I have to get the ladder, and it's just you take it out and you just put it in, and boop.
Oh.
That's it. And now I know that my dogs, myself, and my wife are safe because if a fire happens, we got alarms.
Yeah.
So might I recommend buying a new one for that room? And
I have 3 upstairs right now.
rewiring.
I have 3 upstairs right now currently. Because the ones from, like, I'll tell you, like, if I threw the ones that are upstairs as hard as I could, I feel like it wouldn't evaporate. The ones I threw on the, like, these things must have been here since like the 1800s. Like that shit, like they must have passed inspection when we bought the place, just barely, dog. Because then shits was like it was almost like the plastic was browned at this point and not like a cream white. Like
I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
it was gross. So now I have new fire alarms that I just need to install.
It's good. And then a little thing you can do is right near where each one is, keep a stock of those batteries or like tape them somewhere. So then you're like, oh, this is it. You don't have to do anything. Just bam, bam. And, you reduce the friction. And then you're good.
I couldn't tell you like how happy like as soon as I ripped it and threw it to the ground, I literally just sat there for a minute going like, if I hear a pink right now, I was literally like, I'm gonna burn. I was like, I'm gonna burn this fucking place down. I was literally like, the city of Fort Collins is gonna blow
I bet they
up.
all have a fire alarm because guess what?
Because I was seriously like, if I hear pink right now, I was like, I'm gonna have to go to my neighbors. I was like, I'm gonna have to go to my neighbors and talk to them about this. Like, I was like, I need to figure it. I was like, I'll get them a battery and I'll install it. I was like, I don't know. I was like, because like I literally like,
man.
Oh, it was like. It was awful. It was just like the worst day ever. So I saved that for the podcast. I didn't tell that on stream or anything. I saved that all for here at GG Over Easy because
this is a FYI for all potential hostages
I hit the
that
back
want
of my
to
head
interrogate Rob.
so hard.
The best way to interrogate Rob is to just put him in a big room. Several fire alarms.
Oh my god!
And one of them's going off. And you don't know.
One of them pinks. I don't know which one though. And then that made me think too. I was literally going into our storage thing because I was like, maybe we ripped one out and didn't take the battery out, and now it's somewhere like in storage, and now I got to go find it and behind.
Help me!
I hit the back of my head so hard. I was literally like just like on the back of my arm and went boom, like fucking so hard.
Oh Lord. Well, I'm glad you survived.
Yeah,
you impress me every day with how just like sometimes it's like, man, Rob's pretty mature, and then sometimes I'm just like, man, Rob is like 14 years old.
Rob's a child.
Rob entered fight or flight mode.
I was so mad. My mom texted me after it happened. I don't think I've talked to my mom since it happened because I was still like really angry after it happened, so I was kind of short. She goes, did you get the issue fixed? Didn't text back for like 5 hours. And I was like, yes. And she goes, and question mark, question mark, question mark. After all you that, you must share with me. And I go, it was very frustrating and dumb. And she said, fine. So my mom was mad that I held information from her too.
Yeah, all this drama, and then you don't give her the satisfaction of the ending. Come on.
Awful time.
That's funny though. Well,
yes.
Now you know too. Now you have three spots now too. So it's either bam, bam, bam. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's either our bedroom, guest bedroom, living room, or like it's kind of like in front of like the laundry room, basement room, and now my room. So there's 5. I thought there was 4. I thought like my room didn't have one. Like I had no idea that was sitting there. When I looked up and saw a fire alarm, the bewilderment on my face was like, what the fuck? When has that been there? And then I also felt so stupid. Like I'm so angry and thinking it's all these things and punching shit and breaking things, nearly breaking bones. Yeah.
I'm glad you made. Well,
but
I wish all parties made it out unscathed, but I can't say the same about the fire alarm. So
it was good timing too, because my buddy Zeke came over like 2 days later to give me a tattoo. So I got all the pain out into a tattoo. So that was really nice.
Channeled it.
Oh,
yeah,
do you
want
to?
What is this new tattoo of yours?
Let me see. Let's see if I can get a zoom on here.
I assume.
So,
Sheesh. It does look good. Came out really well.
Yeah. So it is out of its like thing. So it is aquaforward up the ass at the moment.
Love the shine.
Yeah. Love the short shorts too, huh?
Uh-huh. How long do you have to like treat it? So to speak?
Probably like 2 weeks.
Okay.
Like and by treating it, it's like put Aquaphor on it when you're in the shower. Like put some good non-scented soap on it. It's super easy.
Looks good though.
Like very rarely do you ever get a tattoo infected unless you're just a fucking idiot. Like unless you're just stupid.
Bet.
But this is the same guy that did this one. So he was doing a guest spot here in Denver. So I was like, and he was like, dog, like I'll come up and like we could do a tat if you want. I was like, what? Yeah. Like you name the time and the place and what you want to do and I'll do it. And we kind of like went through some different iterations of what we want to do. But as soon as I was like, I would also be down for like an Aki like calm tattoo. And he's like, word, I'll get working on that right now. I haven't done that. I want to do that. I was like, all right, cool.
Bet. Well,
and like
yeah,
I always want to do,
job.
like I always want Zeke to do like something cool that he hasn't done on me before. Like I don't want to be like, can I have Majin Vegeta? Because he tells me he does like Majin Vegeta, someone from One Piece a lot, like Zoro or something like that. He does them a lot. Goku Instinct, he does that a lot. So I always want to try and give him like projects that I think he doesn't get very often. So yeah, we got that, and easily the worst pain I've ever been in by far. It wasn't even close. Because like when we were doing this, like we had like an 8-hour conversation. We were hanging out, talking, just going to work. I mean, like it was like that for like my leg, but like the last 3 hours, bro, I was literally just like biting on a pillow, like oh my god, like. And then like I wasn't looking while he was doing it because I like to have the final reveal be the final piece, and I was literally like, what could you possibly be doing? Like I literally felt like he was literally just going vroom, 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 in like the same area. Like it literally just felt like that. Like he was just going over one piece of skin, just like this. Like, but then he absolutely killed it, and it looks awesome. So watch some Chainsaw Man, like Physical 100. I almost finished that last night, but I didn't.
Yeah, we've only watched TV that one night, so we saw the first episode of Chainsaw Man.
I'm glad you liked it enough, and Claire liked it enough to be like, okay, I need to hear this in dub, which is, an endearing thing in Claire's world,
Yeah, she wants to be able to watch it, but she has to multitask, so we're gonna watch it dub. No, I prefer sub, but love
that's all right.
is about compromises.
Love conquers all.
She let me watch Physical 100 and subs at least. So.
Well, that's different. I think like
that's what I'm saying. I don't know if I would ever be like.
It's not like you can't.
I wouldn't let her, because I wouldn't watch it. I'd be watching it like it doesn't work.
No. I would want to see the replays on dub though. Like I feel like instead of it'd be like whoa, like,
whoa, whoa,
like, whoa.
Whoa.
And also, like, their translation doesn't their language doesn't really translate well to ours. Like when they're like, "Oh, he's so cool," like it doesn't have the same kind of like I don't know.
Yeah, well, there was I mean, Claire's found like some TikToks too of like, there was a really good one too about like the Rengoku Mugen Train ending, where they like actually go on to explain how like the translation got it pretty wrong, but the problem too is there's not like a good way to translate it because like we just don't really have anything that like matches what they were trying to say and stuff.
Yeah, so you kind of have to change the whole thing up to where it makes sense in like in English, like totally change the whole dialogue almost. Like,
Um,
anything else we want to touch on before questions?
I will say it seems like Cocaine Bear is unironically getting reviewed pretty well. So
Is it? That's good. I did a bounty last night for Cocaine Bear, which was cool. Shout out Cocaine Bear.
Love Cocaine Bear.
Do you know it's Ray Liotta's last movie?
No.
Yeah, that was Ray Liotta's last movie. This will be like the last film he was credited
Swan
for.
song.
Yeah. At least it's a good one though.
It's one to go out on, yeah. Aside from that, I don't think so.
All right. First question here is from Crystal. It says, "What mythical creature would improve the world most if it existed?"
Oh fuck, that's a big question.
The one that eats humans.
Something that can't be weaponized.
That's a good question. Mythical. Because I feel like I don't know
like
all
a
of them.
Hydra? Maybe like just have the Hydra eat trash. A trash eating Hydra.
It's a good question. I mean, I'm looking at all these, and the sad thing too is like I'm sure they would have all been hunted into extinction.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's because I want to pick hippogriff, but those are for sure getting hunted. Like, because then you could just instead of having cars, everybody just has hippogriffs.
I don't know. I'm
what
assuming
are the flying lions called?
The flying lions?
Yeah, isn't there like a lion with wings is a mythical creature?
You might be talking about. Are you talking about the griffin?
No, hippogriffs are like it's like a griffin, like. But
well, hippogriffs and griffins are a little different.
Oh.
I'm looking. I'm sure there is. I don't know what it's called. I would say maybe Pegasus, because essentially it would be like how people used horses, except now
we can fly with
you can traverse and fly.
And they have cool attitude. Like they're kind of funny.
Yeah, and we haven't hunted it. I mean, sure, we domesticated like most of the horses, but for the most part, haven't completely messed them up. So,
horse racers would like to have a talk with you. Lumberlord.
That's what I said for the most part. You know,
has a question. And well, hold on. Speaking of Lumberlord, Mr. Fruit, would you like to show something kind of cool that you got in a PO box? This is kind of on topic because last week I had completed a keyboard, and now Mr.
And
Fruit.
now I have my own completed keyboard with. I think he says like 15.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, I got them all from my my store. He's like roughly 15 stickers from your store.
That's cool. He cut that really well too. Good weight to it, I can tell.
Oh yeah, it's hefty.
Yeah, good weight to that. I like the watermelon Rama too.
Yeah, so there's this artisan in resin that is, I guess it was like a Marvel crossover. It's hard to see. It's
yeah, the jellies are always kind of tough to see. Yeah, you can kind of see it now. That was a good angle.
Yeah, it's Mjolnir, in stone, and then we got like a little watermelon keycap, of course.
Watermelon Rama.
But I'll read off the whole specs because I wouldn't be able to tell you for the life of me. Let's see here. The board is a KBD 67 Lite round 3 aluminum chassis with a Tempest mod and a little foam, otherwise stock.
Yep.
The PCB is a KBD 67 Mark II RGB hot swap.
Of course.
The switches,
hot swap is very important. That is like my favorite part about that board.
The switches, the alphas, are SP Star Magic Girls, hand lubed with Crytox 205G0 to bring them closer to Cherry Browns. And the stab keys, so my spacebar, enter, backspace, and left shift, are Duroc POMs, also hand looped with the Crytox.
Turok.
It's a great game.
The stabilizers are plate-mounted Duroc V2s, clipped and lubed with Crytox. The keycaps are drop DCX white on black cherry profile. The Artisan, specifically GMK Watermelon's aluminum exclusive, and drop plus Marvel Infinity Saga Artisan. And specified, intended to represent God of War, not Marvel. My wife and I love those playthroughs.
Oh, that's awesome.
And yeah, then the back of the stickers.
Yeah, that is really cool, dude. So shout out to Lumberlord, who
And he included
hooked
like
Mr. Fruit up.
instructions on how to get a VIA thing going, and
Oh, so like that's like layers on your keyboard. So like you'll notice you don't have keys to it, but you can like change the layers to it. So like mine doesn't have a delete key, but if I change the layer or the layout when I'm playing a certain game that needs the delete key or the tilde key, I just switch to that layout. Now, have I done that yet? No, but
it's cool.
it's there. Yeah, it's there.
It feels nice.
So
Very
Lumberlord with this
thankful.
question says, "You're 55, just retired. Wow, I'm 55 and I just retired. Hell yeah. With plenty
Nice.
of time and money, what does your ideal day look like? Also, Fruit, super stoked you got the board. May it serve you well, King."
It already has. And may it continue. My ideal day, great question. It's funny, I had lunch with my dad the other day, and he was talking to me about this because he's pretty much retired now, officially. He's like transitioning, but more or less retired. And he ain't taking it well. He's like, I feel like I have no purpose.
My dad doesn't want to retire because he is worried that he'll just be bored.
Yeah, so my ideal day, waking up early, getting a good workout in, good breakfast.
Get in my sports talk. While I'm eating my breakfast, good sports talk show.
Yeah, for the most part,
Golf.
pretty open.
Mine's just golf. If I was like 55, had a fuck ton of money, belonged to CGC, that's all I would do is go golf. That's literally all I would do.
I don't know. I would do creative things. I don't know. I would like probably just
Like workshop.
I'd pick up on like painting environments. Go outside and I don't know how to paint, but I don't know, something like that, or draw or something. Also, I gotta take this call.
You're good. What about you, Blue? 55, retired. What do you want to do? What's your ideal day?
I don't know, man. I would probably just smoke a fuckload of weed and play a fuckload of video games, to be honest, lad.
That's cool. I like that one too. See,
Because I won't have the pressure, because we're assuming I'm retired and comfortably retired, I'd probably like, I don't know, go out of my way to like, I don't know, go like probably do nature shit. Like I'd probably like want to just like take a trip out to like just some like cabin or something, you know. Yeah, I don't know. I would just be as chill as possible, to be honest.
Yeah, maybe I would play video games instead of playing golf. I just remember being at a golf course and just seeing how much fun those guys had. Like just like, oh yeah, I left the wife and kids. I'm playing golf today. All right, like, that's sick. So yeah, I would go and play golf all day, finish my tea time, come and have home a nice dinner with Sydney, and then play video games with Sydney on her setup as well. Our new thing now, Sydney loves this. And it's so funny. We'll be like eating dinner and she'll be playing like TFT and she goes, "Do you just want to eat dinner upstairs and we could just like eat together in Discord?" I'm like, yeah, sure. So she can play her games while we eat dinner. We have Absolutely with the last question. It says, "Sorry for the long question. So I've just started to play League because of y'all, and I have always been a support/healer in the game. When I scroll through all the champions list, I don't really see any healers per se. So if I wanted to get into the support position, who should I play? I've been playing Nami. So Nami's a good choice, actually. I mean, Sona is like a good option. She's like a good support, I think. I don't really play support. Like Joey plays Seraphine. Seraphine does a lot of healing and stuff. I mean, there's like a weird meta going on, and I'm sure Christian will elaborate on this. But there's like a new meta that's kind of emerging where you don't necessarily even play support heroes. You play AD carry support. So you play an 80 carry champion, but as a support. And that's kind of like what is kind of taking over right now in terms of like the grand scheme of things of the support role. Here, Christian, I'll update you on this question. I've started playing League of Legends because of y'all. And I've always played support and healer in games. When I scroll through the champions list, I don't really see any healers per se. So I wanted to get your info on a support position. Who should I play? I've been playing Nami. And then I was going on this rant that this may be just like in high rank elos, is that I've been hearing that the support champion is kind of getting replaced by playing like 80 carry Ash or like support Ash, or basically playing 80 champions at the support role. So
yeah, well, with the current meta, some item changes and all that stuff in the most recent patches, you can see that, and it's viable right now. But it's not necessary, especially depending on like.
And you also don't just
elos,
like
whatever.
heal as a support in League. Like you do a lot more than just healing as a support.
Yeah. So what you're thinking of is a category of champions called enchanters, who mainly their purpose is mainly to use their spells to help teammates, whether that be healing or other things. It could be healing, could be buffs, could be shields, could be damage, whatever. The champ most focused on healing would be Soraka, if you're interested in just healing. That's literally just what, like, her ult is a map-wide heal.
Circle, right? Isn't it like, oh, it's a map-wide? I thought it's like, I'm thinking of Sona.
Yeah, her ult literally heals the entire team no matter where you are. Her Q or whatever, like, she has a couple abilities where it heals, and then she actually, if it's the same as I remember, she actually, they call her the Wambulance, because she'll run faster depending on how much health. If like teammates are critically losing health, you run a little faster to them, you can heal them. She's the most focused on it, but otherwise, yeah, I would say look into just enchanters, and if you literally probably look up like League of Legends enchanter champions, you'd find lists like Lulu, Nami, Sona, freaking even Seraphine.
Yeah, I was gonna say like what Joey plays.
Yeah, so those are probably the ones you're looking for, because supports could also be like
Ash.
Tank
Isn't Ash
supports?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but like CC supports, like Leona, for instance,
Xerath.
is just like a Xerath's not really supposed to be a support, but he can stun.
He's CC, yeah.
Yeah, but
Hit your
just because you have CC doesn't mean you're a support. But like Leona, for instance, is a support, but she's mainly a tanky engage stun bot. That can help the team in a different way.
Rakan?
Or like, Rakan is a support. He's
like shields, right?
Well, he's kind of an enchanter. He's pretty interesting. He also dives in on the enemy team to like charm them and a whole bunch of stuff. There's a lot of different ways. A lot of different ways to play support too. That's the fun thing, is like you can play support as an enchanter. You can play support as an engager like Leona, or a tank, or a picker like Blitzcrank or Thresh, who are like more playmaking. Or you could go kill lane like Pantheon, or you go the more meta right now, which is Marksman, which is like doubling on damage, as well as all the buffs they made to crit items.
Who do you play on support? If you're on support, who's your like pick?
Couple choices. I like Pantheon because I like to just kill lane. The way I say it is we've either won by 5 minutes or we've lost. We'll find out one way or another.
Here we go.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I like Thresh.
He's the hook guy, right?
Mm-hmm. He can make some sick plays and
Blitzcrank
outplays.
Can also hook as well.
Blitzcrank is cool. I don't like him as much. That's just my playstyle. And they all have different hooks. Blitzcrank's literally pulls them directly to you. Thresh, you meet in the middle. Nautilus has a hook, but it actually also brings them. No, Thresh can hook, and he can pull them back slightly, or he goes to them, and then Nautilus hooks, and they meet in the middle. So there's like different hooks in what they do. Obviously, the biggest pick potential is Blitzcrank. But yeah, tons of different ways to play. It's up to you. If you're just like, I want to heal, I would say Soraka. Otherwise, look into like Sona, or you've got Nami. I think some other ones, but like those are up there.
All right. Well, we finished the podcast at a decent time. That I'm gonna make our vet appointment, which is Pog, and you'll make your
Nice.
therapy. Let's go,
Pog.
chat.
Well, and
Thank you guys
also,
all. Oh, go ahead.
I was talking to my wife. Just keep thoughts. My father-in-law is going into a pretty intensive back surgery.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So
I'll
thoughts for
text
him.
Claire.
Yeah. So otherwise, though, that's just
Thank you guys for listening to the podcast. You guys can listen to this everywhere from Spotify all the way to Apple Podcasts. You can even watch it here at the GG Over Easy YouTube. Thank you to the stands that support the Patreon page. We will catch you guys all next week. Peace out.
Doses. Whether it's mental, physical, or emotional, we all benefit from more self-knowledge. Understanding your overall health is essential, and Aura Ring helps you discover how your body is working. You guys know me, I'm a proponent of all that mental, physical, emotional health. And figuring out how my body works and why it works the way it does gives me a lot of peace of mind and knowledge to better help myself. The Aura Ring delivers accurate, personalized health insights, all from a comfortable to wear ring. During the day, their advanced sensor technology tracks heart rate, calories burned, and activity levels. And at night, it monitors body temperature trends, sleep quality, respiratory rate, and more. You receive personalized data in the Aura app so you can work on building healthy habits and living your best life. The Aura Ring is easy to wear, water resistant, and comes in 2 styles and 5 colors to match your aesthetic. One small ring could make a world of difference in your health. For both me and my wife, we've traded off using it. It was a great way to track our sleeping habits. She got upset at me because I get more restful sleep and she doesn't. I don't know what to tell you, babe, skill issue. But it was really cool to see the statistics and then the feedback they'd have on things to try or change. For me, wearing the Aura Ring is a no-brainer while I'm working out as well. And if I'm not wearing it, my wife's wearing it. That thing never leaves her finger. It's a no-brainer because you forget it's even there, but you're getting all the benefits and the data it tracks. To get your own Oura Ring, visit auraring.com/GG to find the right ring for you and get $15 off your purchase. That's Oura, O-U-R-A, ring.com/GG. Don't forget to use our link to save $15 on your Oura Ring.